Religion is a means of control. I think it's silly for us to sit there and try to deny that or try to explain that away. But the reality is that it is a means of control. But here's the thing: what type of control do you want? Because no matter what you say or no matter what you do, you're always going to be controlled by something or someone. You're always going to be influenced. It's just the reality of human nature and human existence. You can be influenced by some atheist group of people, or you can be influenced by the Christian religion, spiritual guru. You could be influenced by all sorts of things. Like, we're all influenced. What do you think about the teachings of the evangelist Reinhard Bonnke? I don't know who Reinhard Bonnke is. The thing about control is that control is a part of human existence. If you don't work, you don't eat. That's control. You are controlled by the system of working for a living. It's a part of human life. If you live in a small area and there's one plumber in town, in a way that plumber has control over people, because not everyone knows how to fix up pipes or fix up a toilet or whatever. And now you have to call up that plumber, and that plumber is going to come and you have to give him money. He's going to fix your stuff, but you have to give him money. And if you don't give him money, he can take you to court. We're all controlled. Every one of us is controlled. And I love the Marxist bullshit of, well, that's, the exploitation of labor. Yeah, it is. It is, but it's just part of human existence. It's either we can live in the society that we're living in now, which is, you work, you go to your job, you get paid, you pay your rent, which is just a normal life, or we can try to dream up some idealistic bullshit, and before you know it, we're all working as slaves in a rice field somewhere, and we're getting bayoneted because we're deemed as not working hard enough for the good of the collective. It's like when St. Paul says, masters, treat your slaves well, slaves, love your masters. And people will take that verse and just take it miles and miles and miles deep into the heartland of left-wing horse shit. Because that's what it is. It's horse shit. I don't care. I don't mind cussing, guys. I don't think cussing is really a big deal. That's just my belief. I don't care. If you guys don't like it, fine. But I don't think it's a big deal. Everyone does it. It's a part of human existence. St. Paul says, masters, do good to your slaves. Slaves, love your masters. Oh, the Bible supports slavery. The Bible says the slaves love your masters. Well, why would I want to work? Why would I want to love my master? I'm not a slave. We're all slaves. Every single one of us is a slave. We are all slaves because we're all working for someone. We're all reliant on someone to get money, to make sustenance, to earn a living. We're all slaves. Every damn one of us is a slave. And then you have these people who are like, you're a slave because we have a government. Like, they think they're so intelligent, like these anarchist types, anarcho-communist, anarcho-capitalist, whatever. They think they're so brilliant because they're like, did you know we have the exploitation of labor? People are just, they're working and they're paying taxes to the government. We're a slave. You are a slave. And you got these Stefan Molyneux types who are like, you're a slave. Did you know you're a slave? Yeah, we're all slaves. Who let the dog out, guys? We're all slaves. I've accepted it. We're all slaves. And all these people are like, well, we should have a revolution because we're all slaves. Well, okay, so we can have a revolution so I can be a slave to you or be a slave to the guy who's going to kill you and take your place? Don't be foolish, The Bible doesn't say slavery is good. The Bible doesn't say that that slavery has to be done or something like that. The Bible simply acknowledges the reality of slavery. And we have slavery in this country. We have slavery all over the world. It's a fact. You're never going to get rid of it. And this is what the Bible really is implying. You're never going to get rid of it. You're always going to have it. The question is not, can we get rid of slavery, or can we get rid of poverty, or can we get rid of the exploitation of labor? The question truly is, how can we make slavery, employment, poverty, how can we make it less bad? Or how can we better the people who are slaves? How can we make a better relationship between slave and master? Because we're always going to have slaves and masters. We're always going to have the exploitation of labor. But how can we have these things where people are happy? That's it. Because we can either have employment and slavery where people are abused and they're ridiculed and they're treated like garbage, or we can have a system where people are treated well, people are working, and they're given a fair wage. That's it. That's the only two choices that we have. Those are the only two choices that we have. People are paid, people have a fair wage, people are given enough money that they can have a living. People don't have to worry about, being fed to crocodiles or whatever, or lions. That actually happened one time in South Africa. Somebody actually threw an employee into a lion's den in a zoo. I'm not even joking. You can look this up. And the guy was eaten alive. It was horrific. Because if we don't have a system where the slave is treated well, then we have a system where the slave is treated like garbage. And we can either have a normal system where people are treated normally, or we can go into some BS world of idealism and say, well, we should have communism. And then we have something but far worse. It's like, well, we're all going to get a house. So everyone's going to get a free house and everyone's going to be treated as an equal. And then you find out, oh, we are treated as equals, equal to zero. Whoa. And then you end up like in communist China. Well, we give you free house. You have free house. You work in Weisfield. You have free house. You work in Weisfield. Why are you not working hard enough? You're not working hard enough. Die, get bayoneted, die. That's what you end up with.